Hi there, my name's Joe Hout. I'm really excited to share with you about Dragon Draft, this game that I've made, and today I'm going to teach you how to play it. So let's get a closer look here at the table. All right, Dragon Draft is a 4-player trick-taking card game where you play with a partner across from you, trying to earn the most gems. And it's played in 5 stages. The first stage is where you deal out all the cards. You'll deal 11 to each player. And then 6 cards go in the middle, and the top card is face up, and that's called the Dragon Roost. That top card will be the trump card of the game. So after you deal, then you're going to draft your hand. And so instead of just getting dealt cards, you get to choose one card at a time, passing around the extra cards so other players can also choose from them. So you can mold and sculpt your hand to choose a strategy. So then after you draft, then you will reveal cards. There are cards that have special abilities, which I'll show you in just one second. And they get their ability then. But then those cards are just regular cards during the next stage, gameplay. And during gameplay, there are cards that have special abilities that earn you extra gems. After you play the game like a trick-taking card game, then you just score your points. So that's the whole game. So let me run through what each card does, and then that'll make a little more sense. So there's 4 suits. There's the green shields, the yellow crowns. We have our purple scepters and our red gems. And each suit has the same cards in them. Let's look at the red one here and break this down. So here are all the cards in the red suit. And let's start all the way up at the very top with the 14 and 13, the king and the queen. The king and the queen are just high cards like they would be in any other game, but they combo with a reveal card. So the cards that you reveal are the 4 through 9. And you start with the 9 and you work your way down. And what happens is each player will reveal any of those cards that they have, lay them face up on the table, get their special ability, then everyone picks those back up, puts them into their hand, and then they continue down with the next reveal card. So the first one is the Herald. In the Herald you reveal, you're trying to have the king and queen of the same suit. And for each one that you reveal with it, you get a gem. So you would earn a gem along with it. So if I have the red Herald and I reveal the red king, I would just get 1 gem for my team. If I have the Herald and 1 queen, right, of the same suit, I would get 1 gem. If I have both of them, I would get 2 gems. Heralds are great because you can draft a strategy around that, trying to collect those. It lets everyone know what the high cards are also, who has them. But it doesn't work if I have, say, a purple king and I tried to put that on with a red Herald. They have to be the same suit. So after you reveal the Herald, everyone picks them back up, puts them in their hand, and then everyone reveals 8s. The 8s are advisors. This is where you get to strategize with your partner. And what you do for each advisor you reveal, you get to pass 2 cards secretly to your partner. They look at them, and then they pass them back. And that's for each advisor you have, you get that ability. So if you have 2 advisors, you would pass 4 cards. If you have all 4 advisors, you would get to pass, well, a ton of cards. So after everyone reveals their advisor, you pick them all back up, put them into your hand. The next card is the merchant. Advisor leads right into the merchant. The merchant gets to exchange cards with your partner. For each merchant you reveal, you get to pass 1 card to your partner. They put it into their hand, and then from all the cards in their hand, they pass you 1 back. Very powerful card. By itself, it's not great, but with other strategies, it really helps enable them. After you reveal merchants and get their abilities, everyone picks them back up, puts them into their hand. The next 2 cards you reveal are the Dragon Trackers, the 5 and the 6. They're the same cards, just the male and female version. And the player with the most Dragon Trackers wins the Dragon Roost. Those 6 cards that were set aside with the top card face up, that trump card. So whichever player gets the most Dragon Trackers gets the Dragon Roost. And it's not per team. It's not like if I have 2 and my teammate has 2 that we have 4. It's that I would have 2 and they have 2. So then if another player had 3 on the other team, they would win with the most Dragon Trackers. One quick rule, with the dealing team gets this token and they break ties with the Dragon Tracker. So if you're the dealing team, if you tie with the opposing team, you win that tie. So Dragon Trackers are a little better when you're the dealing team. And so after you collect the Dragon Roost, whoever had the most Dragon Trackers, they pick up all their Dragon Trackers, pick up the Dragon Roost, put all those cards into their hand, and then they get to get rid of 6 cards that are going to be out of play. It's very powerful. They get to sculpt their hand to get rid of a suit that they don't want. They get to keep all the trump cards that they want. It helps enable a lot of strategies. The people that didn't get the Dragon Roost, they're stuck with these 5s and 6s in their hands. It's great. They're low cards during gameplay, but if you're able to get the Dragon Roost, they're excellent. The last card you reveal, after that person ditches those 6 cards left over from the Dragon Roost, are the Gem Miners. There's 4 Gem Miners, 1 for each suit. And you just reveal them and you just earn gems for how many you reveal. If you reveal 1, you get 1 gem. If you reveal 2 gems. 3, you get 4 gems. If you have all 4, you get 6 gems. That's per player also. It's not you and your teammate. So if I have 1 and my teammate has 1, I would get a gem, they would get a gem. That's Gem Miners. But then they're just a 4 during gameplay, but it's just points straight up. That's a fun little strategy you can get. So after you reveal 9 through 4, then you're ready for the next stage of the game, gameplay. So everyone has their now 11 cards in their hand and we're ready to play. The person who got the Dragon Roost will start the game, so they lead with whatever card they want. And the biggest rule is you have to follow suit with whatever card is led. And now during this time, there are cards that are especially good during gameplay. They're the cards that have these checkered borders. And so when one of these is in a trick, then you need to make sure that you're aware of that. So the first thing that you're trying to do with your partner is you're trying to match princesses and frogs together. If you match them of the same suit, you get 3 gems. If you match them, if they're off-suited, then you get 1 gem for that. Yeah. The next card for gameplay is the Jester. And the last Jester played in a trick earns 1 gem for each Jester in the trick. And so if it's the last card played and it's the only Jester in the trick, you would get a gem. And you don't have to win the trick to get these gems. Another player could win the trick with the highest card, but with the Jesters, there's just some extra points you can do. Same with princesses and frogs. But you need to be careful when you play a Jester, because if I lead with a Jester and then someone else follows suit, plays a card, and someone else plays a card, and then the opposing player plays a Jester, then they would get the 2 gems, 1 for each Jester, and I wouldn't get any gems with my Jester. They're fun because they're still a high card, so you can still win tricks with them, but then you can get these bonus gems along the way. The last card in here is the Royal Guard, the 10, and he keeps all those strategies in check. If the Royal Guard is in a trick, no gems can be earned from special card abilities. So if I played the Princess, and let's say this opposing player followed suit, played just a red card there, the Gem Miner. Let's say my partner played the Frog, we're really excited, we're going to earn 3 gems, and then the opposing team plays the Royal Guard. So we would earn no gems for our Princess and Frog. The Princess being the 12, it's the high card in the trick, would win the trick. So I would still get this, and every trick that you earn is worth 1 gem at the end of the round. So you still want to win tricks, but along the way you're trying to get these bonus points in there. All right, let me show you the last 2 cards of the game, and then you'll know all the rules. The last 2 cards are the Dragon and the Knight. They are both always trump. So if you see it's 3 through 14 are the cards. So the Knight and the Dragon, whatever card is trump, the card that was on the top of the Dragon Roost, they become that color for the round. So if red was trump, the Knight is now a 2 in red, and the Dragon is now a 15 in red. So they're great because they're guaranteed to be trump. The Dragon is always going to win whatever trick it's in, and it has an additional ability that you get to steal all the gems that would be earned in that trick from special card abilities. So let's say that it was that same example before where I led with a Princess, and then the other person played the Gem Miner, my partner played the Frog, we're really excited, we're going to get 3 points, but then the last player plays the Dragon. That would steal those 3 gems that we would be earning, and it goes to the player that played the dragon. So it's very powerful. It's rare for that to happen, but when you're able to do that, that's a big point swing. What the knight does is it keeps the dragon in check, because the dragon is so powerful. Any player that plays the knight in the same trick as the dragon, the player that played the knight gets 3 gems. So often in trick-taking card games, you want to lead with the most powerful trump, the highest trump, and to draw out other trump. But in this game, you don't want to do that unless you know who has the knight, like your partner. So where you're trying to match princess and frog with your partner, anyone can match a knight with the dragon. So if I play a dragon and then this player plays the knight, they would be getting 3 gems for killing this dragon. Now we're still gonna, whoever played the dragon will win the trick. But it's just you're giving the other team some points if they're able to sneak the knight in there. But you could play it with your partner. If they get the knight and you have the dragon, then you're trying to get them paired up in the right trick. And then they would get 3 points, and then the dragon would still win the trick. But with all that, the Royal Guard, again, keeps that in check. And so let's say I lead with the dragon, the opponent plays the knight, and then thankfully my teammate has the Royal Guard to stop that. And even if, let's say, they just had to follow suit and play that jester. So I would win the trick with the dragon. No extra points are earned because the Royal Guard is in the trick. So after you play out all 11 hands, all 11 tricks, I mean, then you score up the points. So you count up all your gems that you and your partner had, and then you count up each trick that you had earned throughout gameplay. And that each trick is worth 1 gem. So you total those up, and that's 1 round. You can play a short game by playing where each team gets to deal 1 time, so that would be 2 rounds. That makes sure that each team gets the advantage of having the dealer token. Or you can play a long game, which is each player deals once, so that's 4 rounds total. And then you also get to brag that you're the dragon champion if you're the winning team. I'm really excited about this game. It's a lot of fun. It's been play tested. It's gone through the ringer, and it's high on the partner play, and that's one of my favorite things that happens. It's trying to eke out just every little gem along the way. It's a surprisingly there's a lot of strategy and depth to it. The more we've played, it's just there's a lot of different routes to victory. So that's a quick overview of how to play Dragon Draft. The Kickstarter is live July 5th to August 9th. Would love your support. And thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. And that's Dragon Draft.